Hey guys, today's vlog will be of Frontenac State Park. So, we arrived here last night. I'm going to spend the next 2 days here, so I'll vlog as much as I can. And if you want to learn more about our experience at Frontenac State Park, you can click the link in the description box below to see our blog. Okay, let's get on to our day. So here is our campsite. We are in 23 East. Got one car, the camper, a picnic table over here. We use this table as a buffet line. We've got our garbage can, shoes, all that stuff underneath the camper. Our fire ring is over here. And then we have space for a whole other car over here. By the way, Elizabeth didn't think it was up.
What do you think it is?
Well, she didn't, she wasn't putting a camper up there.
But actually, believe it or not, it just opened this year for full operation. And Frontenac kind of sits in the middle. Last year we celebrated our 60th anniversary. We're going to stop right here. If you've been out in the trail morning and evening, I can almost guarantee you that you're going to see deer. There's a lot of deer in the park. In fact, there's so many deer that every fall, they have a 3-day hunt. If they didn't, the deer would browse the vegetation and start damaging certain species. One of the species that they might shrub. They don't eat it so much in the summer, but in the fall, they like the ends of these branches, and there's several species. This is a dogwood. This is called pagoda dogwood or alternate leaf dogwood. Right. And kind of cool.
Fuzzy caterpillar.
Oh yeah, there you go. So have you, I don't know if anybody's camping in a hard-sided camper, but at this time of the year for the next few weeks, these things tend to wake you up in the middle of the night. And these are what?
Black walnuts.
These are black walnuts. They're stems, and that fuzz gives it its name. This is a type of sumac. And another name for a male deer besides a buck is a stag. Have you ever heard that term? A stag? Okay. Now, in January, what happens to the antlers from the male deer? They fall off. And then come May and June, they start to grow new antlers. And these new antlers are nourished by a blood supply on the outside of the antler, and it looks like velvet. Hence, this name of this sumac is called staghorn sumac. This does not have any of that fuzz or velvet. It's totally smooth. So this is called smooth sumac. I'm going to pass this around. You pass it from person to person. And just take a couple of these berries off, put them in your mouth, and suck on them. Don't swallow them, just suck on them like you would a lemon drop. And then spit them out. See if you can get any kind of flavor off of that. It also goes by the name of wild carrot. Sumac is so aggressive. And they're trying to open up into more prairie. And one of the things that comes back is goldenrod. And goldenrod, just within the last few days, has started to bloom. Now, most wildflowers in the spring is that once the canopy develops and there's no sunlight that gets down, they can't reproduce. They can't survive. So they have to do the reproduction early in the spring. Now, this is one exception to the rule. This is a forest wildflower. You kind of see it on the edge of the forest, but it's considered a forest plant. This is called white snake-root. The lawnmower has kind of flattened these out, but these were big mounds of dirt at one time. Mounds of dirt that probably were this high. What do you think made them? Moles is one answer. What's another answer? What'd you say? Ants, that's another good answer, neither of which are right.
Big
Gophers. And in Minnesota,
those anywhere.
this afternoon and that flower will be all shriveled up. Okay, find a place in the shade, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about the two little bluebirds that you saw there. Our cavity nesters. And they nest in the cavities that are created by woodpeckers. And for many years, those cavities were made in wooden fence posts. What's happened to all of our wooden fence posts? They're gone. And either the fence posts are totally gone, or they've been replaced by steel fence posts. So, nesting sites were greatly diminished for bluebirds. You saw that the bluebird makes a nest out of grass. Tree swallow makes a nest out of feathers. Feathers that it finds on the ground. And up here, the most common feather that they find is from a wild turkey.
Oh.
Believe it or not, in this part of the state where they had all this prairie I was telling you about, this stuff was one of the more common. 8 to 10 feet tall sometimes. There's a monarch right over there.
Oh, where?
Right there.
Oh, you're right. Look at it.
Feeding on that bergamot. These are native prairie plants. This is called bergamot, wild bergamot, and it's towards the tail end of the flowering season now. See the plant that it came from, but these
yeah, or blue rod. No, the
around here we just have poison ivy. Now here's a plant that has 3 leaves, but it's not poisonous. This is called hog peanut. There's a peanut under the ground. This is not poisonous. So you have to look carefully. This is kind of a vine. Well, poison ivy is keeping it. Yep, sure enough. I wanted to point out this particular tree here, quaky. But even in the slightest breeze, you can see these leaves quiver, and that's how they got its name. It's a pioneer species, and what we mean by that is that when the area, you can probably see where the edge of the field was.
Yep.
You know, prior to 1957. And so when they let it go back, some of the first trees that show up are sumac, box elder, and aspen trees. Quite a ways behind the cabin. Okay, now here you can see the lake. We're about 300 feet above the lake. You can see we're in a totally different type of environment or habitat. There's not much underbrush. It's very shady. We're on the north side of the hill. So you have totally different trees. You don't have very many aspen trees. You have a few birch that are here. But it's primarily basswood and sugar maple. This is
we're on Lake Pepin. Should we look at the map?
We're right here.
Oh, we're right there. Boats out there.
I want to go down.
Same.
Here, you know what? I think I'm carrying it for a little bit. Oh, here, you want me to carry it? Alright, there we go. Good job. Now, good.
Yeah.
You are hanging up well. I am good inside. I appreciate that.
See? How's the hike so far, Katie? Easy?
Catch air, but the girls let's go this way.
That's not a sturdy log. That log is moving.
Yeah, most of this is driftwood, so it's not going to be... It's one that I'm currently doing.
No, the one I sat on, or stood on.
Yeah, I guess it's really like good long walking sticks for me. You had a really nice place.
The rope was in the tree, and now it's growing out of the tree.
That's weird. It's okay.
You're in Lake Pepin!
how
warm I am, it doesn't feel all that cold. Yeah, it's still black. That's super slippery.
Hey, Ellie.
Can I go in? But what if it's a poisonous one? I put a poison. I don't want to be too far away.
Voices above.
So Elizabeth?
They only have, like,
Elizabeth, what are you doing?
I'm making peanut pizza
Who is that? Whose pizza is that?
for you.
And what's on it?
Pretty much everything.
Yep.
You've got, I didn't put any Canadian bacon on it, but I put some mushrooms and some black olives and some yellow pepper and some cheese and some sausage and some pepperoni and some cheese.
But it's more like a quesadilla than a pizza.
Yeah. But we call them peanut pizza.
Okay.
It's like one of my favorite lunches.
Even though we're using tortillas and not pitas.
Yeah.
Hey, what's with all the extra stuff that came out of? All right.
The cheese wasn't holding it together good enough.
All right. Too much stuff?
Too much stuff.
All right.
But I think it'll still be good.
Whoa. That's kind of catastrophic.
Lewis Gerard from Cincinnati hires him to this area to hunt. The beauty of Lake Pepin impressed them as they observed the few Indian crafts, a trading post, and an abandoned French fort in the western shoreline. Just before the Civil War, 4 Gerard brothers returned and acquired vast land holdings, changing the name from Laconia to Frontenac. Right there.
Oh, there's connectors to water bottle. Yeah, I was like, that doesn't seem right. Oh. That's the log.
I know. The log is kind of broken.
Yeah, I'll just fill my log up. Yay, we found it.
Okay. Make sure it's sealed. There you go. Now carabiner it back to the book. Right down there. And we're done. What are you going to show me?
That's Bluff Point, I think. That's Sand Creek Point, the furthest point. Beyond
Okay.
that, there's a little gray oval. That's where the sea wing went down.
What's the sea wing?
A ship. It sunk.
Oh.
Did people
Thanks
die?
for that.
In 98. Most of them were residents of Red Wing. And then way out there,
That was the paddle boat that went down, wasn't it?
What?
Thursday, and by Friday, all the customers that I wanted were full.
That was like 6. Okay, I'm watching. Hey, Josiah. Are you going to skip it? Skip it! Or comfortably.
And then whoever has the happy club. What? Happy club? No, I can't. Oh, you did. So whoever has the 2 o'clock starts. You can't be a whole bunch of high clubs. So whoever has the 2 o'clock starts. And then it goes to Katie. That's right. Why do you want that? What's the high club? Is that the 3? I can check the point. You need to go. So we're going to go.
What are you going to show me? Can you show me it?
Oh, it's right here.
It's right there. What is it? Do you remember what that was called? You told me just a minute ago. Is it a mushroom? Oh, I think he's okay.
I think he's okay right now.
Oh, so this is the Upper Bluff Trail.
Flash come on here by accident.
That could probably grow old. Yep, those were flying before. When we came out here before, just had
Oh, the birds?
we saw the seagulls flying.
Oh, yeah. Let's not run, because I don't want any skinned knees or sad people.
Whoa, that's a monster.
Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to pick you up. Sorry.
I don't think you really needed to bring your camera.
Oh, it's curling up.
It's trying to protect itself, kids.
Yeah. Oh.
Show.
You can take a picture of it.
Josiah, stop, please. Stop. More than roughly half
inch.
this big.
Well, I've seen them in zoos, but not, like, in the wild. Look at all of those legs.
Michaela, in Minnesota where it gets really cold,
Things
most
don't
of the
get
time,
as big.
Yeah, they don't get this.
There's a fungus among us.
I don't see it.
Because the wheelbase is too spread apart.
Yeah. Oh, let's...
I can't really see very well.